Valentine wouldn't let him do it. Texas. Now Hall now. Nobody out. A man on second. The Yankees with a 1-1 lead. Now trying to get the ball to the right side of the diamond. Advance Roberto to third. Hall was struck out in the fourth on a 3-2 brilliant slider by Clemens. 1-1 now. Roberto Kelly has driven all 3 Yankee runs. Hey! Rivera trying to keep him close at second. 2-1. And a strike to Mal Hall.
Well, the Yankees have had some very good at-bats. You figure that you're going to have problems with Clemens, but given Velarde, now Mel Hall has worked the count. They've had some good at-bats, quality at-bats against Clemens.
Mal Hall does a great job. 3-1. He got the ball on the ground to the right side. He gave himself up. And the infield will now come in with Kelly at third and just 1 out. Nice hitting, Mal. When you get your cleanup hitter to be that unselfish,
yep.
That's where Hall's hitting today. You've got something. Look at the pitch he hit there,
pitch
too.
Away from him, and he got it to the right side. So a fine job.
Danny Tartabull with a chance to get his first RBI as a Yankee. Infield is in. He's got it. 4-2. What a difference that infield makes. Clemens shattered Tartabull's back. The infield in, neither Reed nor Reed could come close to it.
He's strong enough just to get it through. You can see the pitch coming in down on the handle of the bat. Broke the bat and out of the reach of Jody Reed.
Now it's Matt Noakes with 1 out. Right on the outside corner at the knees. As in the first inning when the Yankees scored 1, it was Randy Velarde, a quote-unquote fill-in for Mike Gallega, who is disabled today. It will hook foul. Clemens has not gone to the hard fastball as much this inning. We showed you earlier when we viewed Dal Alston down behind home plate with the speed guy, and he was up to 95 in the first 4 or 5 innings. He struck out 5 through the first 4. Yeah, he popped that fastball, just missed. 1-2. Football, Reed to Rivera for 6-3, but not before the Yankees come up with 3 runs of 3-time Cy Young Award winner Roger Clemens to take a 4-2 lead. It's not over yet, folks. Dwayne Statt's going to come back to take you through the last few innings. 4-2 Yankees.
Danny Tartabull available in the Yankee dugout, serving as the designated hitter today. Got that first hit in the Yankee uniform and his first run batted in. Out of the way was the Yankees scored 3 in the 6th off Roger Clemens. So the Yankees now lead 4-2, and they have a new pitcher. We see Clemens with that jacket on and back down the runway. Greg Canteray takes over for Scott Sanderson. 6 innings for Sanderson, and now Canteray to face the left-handed hitting Mo Vaughn. And the first pitch is a ball. Canteray last year 8-6 in 68 appearances, and against the Red Sox, no record but a 129 earned run average. This one fouled out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Canteray, we have told you many times, a multi-purpose pitcher. He can do a lot of things, but he's got to be perhaps surprised coming in after starting most of the spring into relief here.
1-1 the count. This one down. The plans called for Canteray to be available against Boston in this series, and then the Yankees hit the road, and he will start a game in Toronto, which means he would be unavailable in that bullpen for the Detroit series. Foul ball. So the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes on Vaughn. Tony Pena will be next, and then the shortstop Luis Rivera due to hit third in the Boston 7th.
Well, Buck Showalter is still only 35, but he's wise enough to know the history of this ballpark. Get some left-handers in this park, especially late in the game.
And Canteray strikes out Vaughn. So Canteray strikes out the first man he faces. And here it is.
Canteray spent a lot of the spring starting, as we told you, and as a starter, he was using 4 or 5 different kinds of pitches, working on a straight change. When he comes in relief, especially against left-handers like Vaughn, he can go 2 pitches, fastball, slider. And he got him on the heartbreaking ball.
Vaughn retired for the first time today. Here's Tony Pena. Ball 1. Pena has grounded to third and struck out. 34-year-old catcher. He had 231 last year for the Red Sox. Canteray throws him a strike. Yankees lead 4-2. They've out-hit the Red Sox 7-4. Canteray misses down. 2-1. Off day tomorrow, and the Yankees meet the Red Sox again on Thursday. Jeff Johnson scheduled to pitch in that one. 3-1 the count.
Boy, Frank Viola had a good spring as opposed to last year with the Mets, where they suspected he had some elbow problems with chips. And boy, he was done as, well, there are some, but Toronto's got a lot of depth in their staff, but to be able to Clemens and Viola back-to-back, it's a pretty big plus right there.
Pena thought he'd drawn a walk. He threw the bat away, and Jim McCain went up with the right arm. So the count is full. Pena doesn't walk that often. Thought he had one here. He walked about 35 times last year.
Pena's philosophy is usually if I can reach, and sometimes he can't, he throws his bat at the ball. It's got to be a ball if I can't reach it. He didn't think he could reach that one.
And it's fouled out of play. So Canteray will make another 3-2 pitch. He went 2-2 with Vaughn and got him. Butch Hobson, the 40-year-old manager, looks on. Pena stays alive. Anything close, he generally can make contact with.
Yesterday down in Florida, and you would expect the Yankees to increase their pitching staff within a week to probably 11. Kamenicki will be brought up, but Leary pitched down and struck out 9 in about 7 innings. Kamenicki struck out 9 in just 5 innings. So 2 promising outings against minor league teams. They say that Leary, though, wasn't throwing real hard.
Another foul ball. And a lot of people feel that how successful the Yankees might be this year. They need him to give them a couple of hundred innings of quality baseball. And Winningham stretching in the dugout for Boston.
He gives the Red Sox a little speed off the bench and a left-handed bat.
There's ball 4. So Canteray walks Pena. We're 1 out, 1 on in the 7th. On the Budweiser game recap, the Yankees scored in the first. Randy Velarde scored on Roberto Kelly's fielder's choice. Lantier and Vaughn homered in the second, and the Yankees scored 3 times in the 6th. Roberto Kelly's double, driving home a couple, and Danny Tartable's single against the drawn-in infield. So Pena, I said he walked 35 times last year. About how many times did he walk?
You were 2 off. He 37. And boy, he played 141 ball games and batted at well over 500 plate appearances.
Here's Luis Rivera fouling this one back, strike 1. Not easily done. That is walking Tony Pena. So Pena's the base runner.
Rivera played the entire season last year. His batting average was down with a severe, really tearing his left shoulder. The team doctor up there said he hadn't seen him that severe. Didn't know he could keep playing, but he played a lot of ball games.
1 ball, 1 strike. Rivera reached on a bunt single in the 3rd. Canteray in his first inning in relief of Scott Sanderson. Sanderson 6 innings and gave up 4 hits. This one fouled out of play.
You got to wonder how the philosophy and handling the pitching staff will change this year with Buck Showalter. Same pitching coach, Mark Connor, as opposed to the way Stump handled last year and Bucky Dent the year before. And that's always the most important thing of all. Will they push pitchers a little bit more? Charlie Ross, the trainer, sitting to the right of Roger Clemens. Could be a little heat on the elbow.
Canteray goes to 2-2 on Rivera. We had Sanderson at a little over 90 pitches. The 2-2. Full on him. With the top of the order, Wade Boggs due up next. The inning opened on the strikeout of Mo Vaughn, but a walk to Pena.
Canteray, one of the Yankee pitchers last season who ended the season after all the work with a very tired arm. Interesting to see how many Yankee bullpen.
Runner goes, and there's ball 4. So he's walked a couple men here, and this is the last thing you want to do. Enter the game and walk the last 2 men in the order.
You know, there's been so much concern, and Buck Showalter's expressed that concern about the starting pitching on the Yankees. Everybody knows that by now. I think they're going to have to catch a lot of big breaks to have a good starting rotation to make a deal. Mark Connor starts out, but again, I would think another big concern would be to me is, will Canteray bounce back after last year? Will Farr bounce back after last year? Will Habian bounce back after last year? Yes, they have had about 5 months rest. Sometimes that's not enough.
Yeah, and with this visit, Habian goes to work in the bullpen. Well, that Yankee bullpen very busy last year. And into this one after 6 innings today.
So if they extended their streak now to 84 consecutive games without a complete game.
Sanderson was the last man to throw a complete game on the 11th of July last year.
So Roger Clemens had, what, 15 complete games last year. Jack McDowell led the league. The Yankees had 3 the entire season.
Wade Boggs. One thing about it, Boggs, who makes contact a lot, could be a good double play man. And there's a strike.
Yeah, his theory is line drive ground, as opposed to Plantier, who's fly ball line drive. Keep it off the ground.
And the Yankee infield hoping to get a chance to turn a double play and get out of the seventh. And a liner over Velarde's head. Pena will stop at third, and the bases are loaded. Mel Hall came charging in from left, and Allenson held up Pena, so they're loaded with Jody Reed, who just killed the Yankees a year ago. Jody Reed coming up.
We got a good chance to see Habey right here, or do we?
So Boggs dropped that little base hit.
Buck
Liner just over the head of Randy Velarde at short.
Buck Showalter, looking at the master lineup card a while ago, sees the way Butch Hobson stacked his lineup similar to the way Showalter makes his out. Left, right, left, right, left, right. So you can't get a pitching advantage left against two left-handed hitters consecutively, or vice versa.
So here's Reed. He has a double in 3 trips. Canteray misses. Ball 1.
And this is a generalization, but in a way this is a little bit different than what we saw most of last year, where Stump might go right-handed right here, and then might even come with a left-hander for Greenwell. And boy, you run through a bullpen in a hurry, and Showalter said, hey, look, you got to get some right-handed hitters out too if you're left-handed on occasion.
Ball 2. 2-0. Canteray, after getting Vaughn, walked Pena and Rivera. Touch for the single by Boggs. And he's behind Reed. There's a strike. 2-1. Yankees scored 3 in the 6th to take a 4-2 lead.
One thing Red Sox hitters do, they work pitchers a lot, especially with men on base. They, generally speaking, are not hackers. That starts with Boggs and goes through a lot of their lineup.
And a fly ball back into left for Hall. He'll make the catch. The tag by Pena. He's going to score to make it 4-3, and the throw's back to third. So Jody Reed with a sacrifice fly. Rivera still at second. Boggs holding at first. And it's a 1-run ball game.
Once you load them up with less than 2 out, the pitcher's got to have one thing in mind. I want to get out of this thing. No runs, obviously, but if I get out of it with 1 and hold the lead, I've done a job. And that's what he's going to try and do right now.
And he faces Mike Greenwell. And Kelly deep at second base with Greenwell up there. And Greenwell got a feeling for that pitch, fouls it away. Walks, a single, and a sacrifice fly. The Red Sox have turned that into a run. And a foul ball.
You know,
0-2. Greenwell doesn't appear to be picking up the ball very easily.
2 pretty good sliders from Canteray. You know, if you're a pitcher in the Yankees, especially late in the ballgame, it's got to be comforting when the left-handed hitter comes up, even with that short right field porch, to know that you've got Pat Kelly and Matty on that right side. If you get a ground ball, the chances are extremely high they're going to turn it into an ordinary out.
0-2 the count. Very close. 1-2. Two outs, 2 men on. And he got it! Canteray strikes out Greenwell. The Red Sox settle for only 1 hit, couple of men left. We're in the middle of the 7th, 4-3 Yankees.
We respect respected what Phil was doing, but we weren't going to let him know that.
Look, if you want to work out, lift weights. Like a normal person, huh? Ride a bicycle.
Or swim.
Yeah, go bowling or do something.
Something safe.
Just be there, all right?
Only one beer has the taste as genuine as the people who drink it. Budweiser.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was great.
That was crazy.
There's a way to virtually guarantee a safer suspension system. A way to eliminate pulling, shaking, and loss of control. It's the suspension technology of Midas. Diagnostic tools so advanced, they can pinpoint the problem. So you know your car's fixed absolutely right. And for a limited time, buy one Shocker strut, get the second for 50% off. For a safer suspension, nobody beats Midas.
Hey, Eric and Daryl, where can I see you buddies belting curves?
In your face.
So, Dan Marino, where's a dolphin land after the offseason?
In your face.
Greg Norman, where's a great white shark?
In your face.
ESPN your face! Sports fans turn to ESPN first, because great sports are always
In your face. In your face. In your face, mate.
ESPN, ESPN your face!
The Alfa Romeo 164 high-performance luxury sedan is now available for lease. There's no down payment and nothing else like it.
Lease the 164 0 down, $338 a month for 48 months at Tri-State Alfa Romeo dealers.
This copyrighted telecast is authorized under rights granted by the New York Yankees solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the New York Yankees and Madison Square Garden Network is prohibited. Well, the Yankees are out in front. It's a one-run ball game, 4-3. Bottom of the seventh coming, and Jesse Barfield leads off against Roger Clemens. Yankees got to Clemens with 3 runs, 4 hits in the 6th. Jesse, a good rip and a foul ball back. Barfield called out on strikes in the 2nd inning, grounded into a double play in the 5th. So he's 0 for 2.
You notice how much Roger Clemens pitches to right-hand hitters, the old philosophy, high and tight, low and away. I mean, it sounds simple, but he can execute. High and tight first one, now he goes down and away.
And he has 2 strikes on Jesse Barfield. I'll go back to what we were talking about last inning. The Yankees against a quality future Hall of Fame pitcher have got some quality at bats today. They haven't given many away. Oh, is he jammed? Boggs out at first. Boggs Devon.
Gotta check your fingers after that one.
That hurt. That's the first out here in the Yankees 7th. That brings up Charlie Hayes. Hayes, 1 of 2. Single in the 5th inning. Called out on strikes his first time around.
Welcome to the American League. He didn't like Hayes hitting that hanging slider on the first pitch last time up.
And Charlie Hayes hit by the pitch. Here we go.
Isn't it interesting how the hard throwers who have the great control now, like Clemens and even Ryan now, he's a control power pitcher. They can be that far off the mark and no semblance of a warning. I can't read Roger Clemens' mind, nobody can. But I mean, he just threw Jesse Barfield up and in, low and away, up and in. Welcome to the American League, huh?
That's it. Rich Gale comes out of the dugout for the Red Sox as Pat Kelly prepares to hit. So Hayes at first with 1 out. The Red Sox are going to talk about it on the mound. Yankees leading 4-3. Yankees led 1-0 1-0, then trailed 2-1, led 4-2. And a run in the 7th inning for Boston made it 4-3. That's how we stand.
Say one thing, Rogers got a little more velocity than he had in the 6th. We went more, it seemed more to off-speed pitches. Threw some very hard fastballs to Barfield, and he really got Charlie Hayes.
Tony Fossas, the left-hander, and Greg Harris, who was up earlier. Harris throwing again in the bullpen for the Red Sox.
It'd be interesting to see, Dwayne, if on opening day, starting with Thursday when the Yankees go to Fenway, we remember last year there was a lot of bad blood. Noakes, I mentioned earlier, and Clemens, and this is a game where you protect your own. You'd better, or you don't belong on the pitching staff.
Pat Kelly shortens on the bat, takes the pitch for a ball. Well, the Yankees with a base runner now, trying to make the most of it, trying to add to their 1-run lead. Two and nothing. Clemens not only gives you the hard stuff and variations on that, but he's deceptive in that you don't pick up the ball very easily against this guy coming out of that delivery, whether it's the windup or the stretch. Pat Kelly ahead here, 3-0.
And so much of it is because I think because he drives straight at you instead of falling off to the first base side where the ball is exposed a lot more quickly.
And Kelly takes a strike, 3-1. Randy Velarde on deck. Velarde has keyed both innings in which the Yankees have scored. Three-1 the count to Pat Kelly. And that foul ball takes it full. A roller into the Red Sox dugout. On the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Nobody Beats the Wiz. The Cubs have beaten the Phillies 4-3. Maddox over Mulholland. Chuck McElroy, the former Philly, picked up the save, and Mark Grace belted a home run. 3-2 to Kelly.
So Jim Lefevre gets his first National League win as a manager.
Clemens stepping off the rubber. There goes Hayes, and the pitch is fouled. So the Yankees starting Hayes on the 1-out 3-2 pitch to Pat Kelly. It's going to be interesting to watch Kelly a full season. We know what he can do defensively. It'll be interesting to watch him as a hitter, because there are those who feel that someday Pat Kelly might hit 15 home runs in this game in the major leagues. A bouncer, short out there, high throw, but Vaughn comes down on the bag. Rivera to Vaughn. Well, it was a high throw, but Vaughn came right down on the bag to complete the double play, and the Yankees are out in the 7th. No runs, a hit batsman, and nobody left. We're at the end of 7 at Yankee Stadium. Yankees 4, Red Sox 3.
The Bud Light Spotlight is rolling into the New York area, and that means you could be the star of a Bud Light.
Lights. Hertz, #1 club gold. The best reason yet why Hertz beats the rush hour. Call Hertz today for low daily rates on Lincolns with free unlimited mileage.
Dave Thomas introduces the $1.99 kids meal.
I like it when parents bring their kids to Wendy's. So we're giving moms and dads a break by lowering the price to just $1.99 every day on our kids meal. It's still got a Wendy's hamburger with a junior frosty or soft drink and fries. And I didn't forget the fun toy. Yeah! I was a kid once too.
Bring your kids to Wendy's. Now our kids' meal is only $1.99 every day.
Toyota presents this day in Yankee history. On this date, April 7th, 1969, Mel Stottlemyre wins his third straight opening day 8-4, and Bobby Mercer makes his triumphant return to baseball by hitting a home run in Washington before President Nixon and 45,000 fans.
Bobby spent some time in the military and then came back.
John Habian, the new pitcher for the Yankees, following Sanderson and Cantaray. As we swing into the 8th, and Ellis Burks will be the first man Habian faces. Burks hitless today.
2 of the first 3 hitters in this inning, maybe all that'll appear, are hitting from the right side. Buck Showalter goes to Habian. Plantier to contend with next.
Did he go? Nope, he held up, says King Kaiser. So the count on Burks is 2-0. 56,000 plus here today. A sellout on opening day. You can see Burks trying to check his swing.
I'm glad you said trying.
2-0 the count. Ground ball, tough play. Velarde snags it in the throw, not in time. Great effort by Velarde. Long stretch by Mattingly at first, and Burks just beat the throw.
Randy gets an outstanding jump. Ends up 6 feet on the outfield grass and fires an absolute bullet. Mattingly stretches as far as he can. Burks, one of those on this team, one of the few who has any kind of speed. It's bang bang, but he's got it.
So the Red Sox have the leadoff man on. Great effort by Velarde. And here's Phil Plantier, who got the Red Sox on the scoring board back in the 2nd inning with a home run.
You know, I think if Randy Velarde got a chance to play a couple of months consecutive games at shortstop, he'd become much better because he'd start playing situations better. He'd get the feel for the position instead of moving around so much and sitting out. For instance, Burks had an account, perhaps, you know, he said, well, maybe I ought to play a little more to pull. I'm not saying in that particular case he might have been, but he would get more of a feel and see the react better to the ball off the bat.
Maybe keeping an eye on Burks.
You learn to play not just the hitter, but you play your pitcher and the situation and the count.
Ball 1. Steve Howe throwing in the bullpen for the Yankees.
Starting to look like last year already, isn't it?
6 innings for Sanderson. 1 inning for Cantaray, and Habian opening the 8th here. The 3rd Yankee pitcher.
Go, Phil!
1-1.
Good live action on that 1-0 fastball, darting away from Plantier, moving out of his power zone with Clark up next.
Habian. There's a strike. He now has the jump on Plantier. A ball, 2 strikes.
But we said this all last year when Habian came on so strong. His stuff moves so late. I mean, it's like right in the hitting area. His fastball or his slider. It explodes right before it reaches that hitting area.
It's back in. Well, Habian made 66 appearances last year, everything out of the bullpen. He had more relief appearances than any other Yankee pitcher. 4-2 with a 2.30 earned run average, and boy, did he just get a dangerous hitter. And Phil Plantier struck him out. 8 strikeouts for Yankee pitching. Look at the movement on that pitch.
a very, very hard sinker.
Eight of them. It is Jack Clark. Burks back in.
See how active on that shot we had from that low camera, how active Pat Kelly is. Even on a pickup throw, he was starting to move to back up Matting in case the ball got by and bounded around down there.
Strike one to Clark. Clark has struck out twice, is grounded to third. And the left-handed hitting Mo Vaughn is behind him in the order. Burks open with the infield hit.
Just another one of the things that John Habian does so well. He is so difficult to get a big lead. He's quick to home plate. He really worked at his trade when he was in the Orioles organization.
1 ball, 1 strike. You can see on that replay, Burks going to the very back of the bag, trying to stay away from the tag.
And it's just not that you prevent steals. You take that extra step or two away from the runner. So if the ball's hit hard, Burks in this case wouldn't have a chance, or as good a chance, to break up the double play and upset the pivot man. So every time you throw over there, you may shorten the lead a little bit, have him leaning toward first base. And boy, middle infielders love that.
Yankees about hit the Red Sox by 1, lead by 1. And again, Burks is back in.
How many games we got during the regular season MSG this year?
108, is it?
108. You know, we're going to have some clankers in there, but this doesn't happen to be one of them.
No, this has been a dandy game.
Isn't that a great shot? One, you can see the advantage there. Two things, Burks going for the outfield side and Mattingly with a glove in the right hand. Quicker tag from the left-handed first baseman.
Maybe in ahead of Clark. A ball, 2 strikes. 56,572 at Yankee Stadium today. 56572. This is down 2-2. They had 55,802 in '88 to open against Minnesota. So as openers go, this surpasses that one. Habian continues to try to keep Burks as close as he can to first base.
Clark, another hitter who really works the pitcher. Like Wade Boggs, takes a lot of pitches, will strike out a lot more than Wade Boggs, so he will see even more pitches than Wade because he walks his share also. Had 100 walk seasons. He's got holes, Jack Clark, but you better get in those holes.
He got it looking. Habian struck him out. Strike 3 call to Clark for the second out of the 8th.
He threw him a hard curveball the pitch before that. And then I don't know if that was a slider or took something off a slider. It just froze Clark.
Now with 2 outs and Burks at first, Mo Vaughn, who homered in the second inning, since then has walked and struck out, steps in the 8th. Down the first, Mattingly takes it unassisted to retire the side. In the 8th, no runs, 1 hit, the leadoff single, and Burks is left stranded. Bottom of the 8th coming, Yankees 4 and the Red Sox 3.
great spotlight is rolling into the New York area, and that means you could be the star of a
Slick 50 protects the vital moving parts of your engine for up to 50,000 miles.
He was the heart and soul of 3 Yankee championship teams.
And Thurman Munson, I believe, was at his best when it was time to really show what you were all about.
He made an impact on everyone's life. Everyone that he came in contact with, he impacted in some way.
Fans, you'll certainly enjoy the official Yankee home video called Captain, the Thurman Munson Story. Order your copy for $24.95. Just write to this address or call 1-800-9-YANKS-9.
People don't typically think of me as the type of person who would have HIV, but I do.
Find out more about HIV, the virus that causes AIDS.
New York Yankees baseball is brought to you in part by Johnsonville Brats. Try 'em and get the hots for the brats with the simply great taste of Johnsonville.
And I'm not saying that because they're made in my state, but they are good.
That's your kind of brat.
Oh.
And this is our kind of game. What a game it's been. Bottom of the 8th. Yankees are leading 4-3. And this fella, who is in there only because Mike Gallego was placed on the disabled list before the game. Randy Velarde has been a key figure in the Yankee call so far. And a deep short, backhanded by Rivera, and the throw. Nice play by the Red Sox shortstop to get Velarde. That gives Randy 1 for 3 officially. So Velarde, who had walked and singled and scored 2 runs, out to open the 8th. This is, by the way, the 9th largest crowd at New Yankee Stadium. 56,572. Here's Don Mattingly. That's a strike.
It looks like Roger Clemens, except for that 6th inning when he went to more off-speed stuff, is maintaining his velocity. There's a forkball.
Pop foul. Boggs having some problems, and the ball carries out of play anyway. 2 strikes.
When you got the DH, as you do in the American League, you see the horses like Roger Clemens and Jack Morris stay on out there even though they're behind. In the National League, he would have been pinch hit for probably a couple of innings ago in most cases. Well, in fact, almost all of them.
Clemens last year with 13 complete games and 35 starts over 270 innings. He came into Mattingly that time. Well, on it when Mattingly jammed, fouls it.
It's become a big stat in the American League with the DH. Complete game losses. You don't see that many of them. You see them on occasion in the National League.
Short center. And a base hit. Mattingly drops one in front of Ellis Burks. So he has 3 hits.
Good hitters do something to work for a base hit. Remember when he dribbled that one on a great pitch from Clemens down the left field line. That was in the middle of a rally. And now 0-2. A pitch that Roger Clemens wants to make. Down and away again. You can see Pena's glove is just off the ground, and Mattingly somehow placed in the perfect spot.
Roberto Kelly. And Clemens pours in a strike.
And I think Mattingly and Boggs are 2 great examples. You see the guys strike out 150 times a year, and they say, what's the difference? A weak ground ball or pop up rather than strike? Well, you're seeing the difference between these 2 guys. Mattingly, by battling and putting the ball in play, has gotten himself 2 base hits.
1 ball, 1 strike.
You don't advance base runners when you strike out, but you do sometimes when you just put the ball in play.
Kelly got the big double in the 6th inning. Throws this one to the shortstop. Rivera, Reed 1, Vaughn 2. 6-4, 3 and out, and another double play by the Red Sox. They have turned 4 double plays in each of the last 4 innings. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. Through 8, 4-3 Yankees.
And this one is gone. Home run for Kevin Moss.
Today, people are more demanding when it comes to eyewear. They need personal attention. They're fashion conscious and demand quality. Keeley Technical Eyewear, uniquely designed with a patented shock-absorbing nosepiece, rotating action tips, protective brow bar, and dual-action spring hinges. Keeley Eyewear, technical innovations at Linwood Optical. Suddenly, everything seems a little clearer.
If you're looking to burn calories and body fat and strengthen your cardiovascular system, Bergen Home Fitness and Precor can help. An aerobic training program takes knowledge and quality equipment. Precor's complete line of American-made aerobic equipment can withstand the rigors of everyday use. Treadmills, stair climbers, Nordic ski machines, and exercise bikes. All durable, reliable, and warranted by Bergen Home Fitness, Precor's authorized service center for Northern New Jersey. We'll teach you the FIT principle for guaranteed maximum benefit. Bergen Home Fitness and Precor. We're here to help.
I don't believe it. We've been turned down by the bank. What do we do now?
Call Parkway Mortgage. You'll get credit approval the same day and the best rates available. Parkway understands all credit problems and can help with difficult financing. Call now. 1-800-836-5210. You can qualify for your loan by telephone. Get the money you need fast. No red tape. Homeowners, call Parkway Mortgage today. Sleep better tonight.
New pitcher for the Yankees as we swing into the ninth. Steve Farr, the 4th pitcher of the afternoon. Farr emerged as the closer last year and on to do that this afternoon against Boston with the Yankees leading 4-3.
As we saw so often last year, a parade of Yankee pitchers. 4th, as Dwayne said. Very important. Buck Showalter feels that playing some of the teams that are slated to win the East, Boston and Toronto, and they'll be in Detroit also, that he wants to get off to a good start. Talking to Springfield, if we can start 13-7, what a boost it would give to our team. You know, sometimes you can start 13-7 and overuse your bullpen, and when August comes around, you can have bad news again.
Tony Pena. First pitch is in there for a strike. 1 inning for Habian, 2 strikeouts and 1 hit, the infield hit. And now Steve Farr. 1 ball, 1 strike. A strike on the corner. 1-2.
You know, we've heard Dwayne so much over the last couple of years about all the young pitchers that are coming along for the Yankees. A lot of the names were mentioned during the course of the year. Outstanding breaking ball from Farr. I think they're going to have to start grooming a closer in the minor leagues pretty soon, too.
9 in. 2-2.
In a lot of senses, Steve Farr is not what you'd call a true closer. He can close as he did last year, do an exceptional job. And Steve's not getting any younger. Boy, he can throw that breaking ball over at will, it seems like, can he, when he's right?
He's 2-2 with Pena. And at any time. Back through the middle and a base hit for Pena to start the ninth. So the Red Sox have the leadoff man on again.
Boy, he's even a tough out late in the ball game. He worked that walk in the 7th. Now he works the count behind. Hits a terrific pitch from Farr for a base hit up the middle to try and start something for Butch Hobson.
So Pena's aboard, and the shortstop, Luis Rivera, is the hitter. Rivera bunted his way on in the 3rd and struck out and walked.
But you don't ordinarily play for a tie on the road. Let's see, with Clemens still in the ball game, what Butch Hobson wants to do.
Hayes close at third. Farr with a move to first and no indication from Rivera.
They are just trying to find out something so the infielders can find something out so they're not breaking all over the place, leaving all kinds of holes in the infield in case Hobson decides not to bunt. I want to say I'd hate to be surprised if he bunted, but I don't think he's going to bunt. I would be surprised if he bunted.
And Rivera shortens on the bat but takes the pitch, and it's a ball. Hayes continues to play in on the grass at third. Ninth inning, a one-run ball game. Nobody out. Man at first. Peña's back in. Yankees have led since they scored 3 in the 6th. They led 4-2 at that time. The Red Sox added a run in the 7th to make it a one-run game. And that's where we stand here in the 9th.
The holding the ball, the stepping off, the throwing over is they're trying to give time to Buckshot or Cleve Bar, one of the coaches, to try and read not only the runner but especially the hitter, what he might be doing.
Mattingly comes charging and cannot come up with it. Mattingly came charging in and at the last moment had to veer back to his left. Made a great effort but could not come up with it.
He's charging straight in, and this ball has got a little slice to it with the spin off the bat of Rivera. Terrific try by Mattingly. Now you've still got to be very aware of Butch Hobson putting a switch on. You've got to look for a bunt, but you've got to be really aware, especially in the middle of the diamond, you don't break too soon and cover.
Back to first, Mattingly backtracking. Peña back in.
You know, I think if there were another pitcher aside from Clemens there, and if you didn't have Reardon in the bullpen, I'm not so sure you'd want to play for a tie here. But with Clemens out there throwing the ball well in the last inning or two, you can say, hey, he's still got good stuff. If we take him to extra innings, that's fine.
And Rivera bunts. Mattingly looks to second. Got a play out there. Mattingly gets Peña at second base. He came charging, and Velarde took the throw. So Mattingly, who almost pulled off a great catch in foul territory on that little foul pop, plays this one nicely.
At one time, they had the two best in the city, and all of baseball right in the city, Keith Hernandez and Don Mattingly. Hernandez has gone to acting, and Mattingly continues to be, if not the greatest, one of the greatest defensive first basemen in the history of this game.
Wade Boggs. And Farr strikes him with a strike.
How many first basemen do you see don't even, which was really a good bump, come up looking for the lead runner? He always does.
Boggs 1 out of 4. At the line single just over Velarde's head in the center. Farr shoots him another strike, 0-2.
Those backdoor sliders. It was near the outer edge.
Buck Showalter trying to nail his first victory here as a major league manager. A ball and 2 strikes in a tall order. The Red Sox and Roger Clemens. And here the Yankees are in the 9th, holding a 4-3 lead. And trying to break it over. Started wide. 2-2.
He may not hit many home runs. Third place hitter for Hobson. But Boggs is one of the toughest 2 strikes and men on base in the big leagues.
It's Rivera, the base runner, reaching on the sacrifice attempt, the fielder's choice as it turns out. Two to Boggs. He got it. Strike three call. Boggs called out on strikes. That's 10 strikeouts for Yankee pitching. And they're 1 out away from an opening day victory over Boston.
Boy, what a job of setting up Wade Boggs. Far and no extend. They had nibbled with those backdoor breaking balls, got 1 call strike on it.
Watch Mattingly.
And then he went with a fastball.
He's fired up. And here's Jody Reed. Strike. Big breaking ball. $56,572 at Yankee Stadium. Looking for 1 more out. They're on their feet. Strike 2. They're roaring.
You think this crowd had got fire juiced up? So did Mattingly's play, though, getting that lead runner.
And a pop-up foul ball. Hayes. Yankees win. Yankees have beaten the Red Sox 4-3. Buck Showalter picks up his first big league victory as manager of the New York Yankees.
Isn't that a different style, but a great one? You would almost say that Buck Showalter at 35 is from the old school, not rushing out with the rest of the team, sitting there relishing the moment after a rough winter with his father passing away. You wonder what he's thinking about, the victory or Pops? Probably both.
Yep, he was here at 7:20 this morning preparing for this one. And he congratulates each and every Yankee. 4-3 the final. And here's the final out again. Jody Reed, who just murdered the Yankees a year ago, fouls out to Charlie Hayes. And the Yankees are winners this day over the Boston Red Sox.
Boy, did Steve Farr make some great pitches in this inning. Almost every one, even the pitch that Payne hit for a base hit, and he had a couple of strikes, was a great pitch.
For the 4th Yankee pitcher, and there's Buck.
Isn't that wonderful?
He said, there it is. And Montmeyer there to congratulate him.
Nearly 70, and many years ago, Buck Showalter promised Montmeyer, when I go up, you're coming with me, and he kept his word. That's loyalty.
So the Yankees are winners 4-3 over the Boston Red Sox. The Yankees start the 1992 season on the correct side of the ledger. Sanderson over Clemens with Farr the save. Back in a moment.
It may